Israel, getting ready to get the wartime economy, get the war machine going. I've kind of talked about it for the past couple of weeks, where there's been some serious escalation between Israel and Iran. There's been some, I guess, off the cuff strikes between the two, and things continue to get much more intense. Iran continues to work on their nuclear stuff. Israel continues to say that they're going to knock it out, but no moves have been made on that yet. But we are now getting a report that Israel is preparing to shift to a wartime economy to prepare for a strike on Iran. Senior military and political officials have begun suggesting that Israeli citizens prepare for what they're saying a massive change in lifestyle and economic policy. The war machine, if you don't know, it's usually when there's a massive war that takes place, World War II, World War I, whatnot, the economy shifts over where most of the funds, most of the taxes and everything gets shifted into basically upping military equipment. A lot of workers get shifted over into military production warehouses and whatnot. Everything shifts to more money on getting military equipment going. And right now, the military officials and political officials of Israel are basically suggesting the citizens prepare for this. So this isn't just we're talking about it. This is a thing that may happen. They're telling the public, get ready, because we are going to shift to this. So it sounds like they're getting ready for a full-on war, not just a regular strike. A strike against Iran's nuclear program will likely trigger a war with Iran and their proxy terror groups. So that's another thing that we have to remember on this is they may just go for the strike to take out the nuclear program, but what that's going to do is it's not only going to trigger a war with Iran, but it's going to trigger it with all of the proxy terror groups they have. You got Hezbollah, you got the ones hiding in Gaza, and all around the area. So this will be a multi-front war. And this is very important that we pay attention to, because right now Israel is pretty much surrounded by their enemies, even though they're living quite comfortably and secure. They're surrounded by the enemies, and there's going to be a multi-front war that could break out from this. Then there's the possibility that Russia and Turkey and Sudan and Libya could get drawn into this. Then you're looking at Ezekiel 38 at that point. So that is definitely a possibility from that. So this is definitely something to pay attention to, especially since they're preparing for it. Like I said, a multi-front war will cost, that's what we're looking at if this was to happen, is strike on Iran, multi-front war breaking out. And it will cost upwards of tens of billions of dollars is what they're saying. They're not giving a direct number, but as we know, this is definitely going to be costly to do it. Israel's next finance minister, because right now they're in the shifting mode of Netanyahu's getting his cabinet built up, so he's going to have a new minister of finance. We'll have the very first task of preparing the economy for war. So getting everything shifted over. So shifting national budgets in extreme favor of the war machine. Now, right now, the IDF has already requested an additional $3 billion for 2023, which would be a total of $30 billion for the IDF, Israeli Defense Force, if you don't know. But this does not include the wartime budget. So the IDF is more for strategic strikes, taking care of security detail with all the terror groups, the Palestinian terrorists, Arab terrorists, and as well as just overall defense of the country. So that would be a completely separate budget, an entirely separate budget. You're talking double, triple, maybe quadruple for if the war was to break out. So it would be getting heavily into that. So as of right now, we're seeing a lot of, like I said, unique off-the-cuff strikes between the two. We've seen the threats for quite a while now, but it looks like that as soon as Netanyahu gets his government set up, they're going to start shifting into getting that war machine going. So it looks like a war is probably coming in 2023. Like I said, it could possibly break into Ezekiel 38. And Ezekiel 38 happens after the church gets raptured. Yeah, so definitely find encouragement in this